My name's Jimmy.
What's up, my fellow monsters? Jimmy here, back at you with another review for Once Upon a Time Season 4. And this is episode 14, and the episode is titled Enter the Dragon. Now, in this episode, just like at the end of last week's episode, Regina has decided to go undercover to find out what the Queens of Darkness are up to. But first, she's having to prove herself to all of them that she's still bad underneath all that. With, all the information that they know so far. But, but also within this episode, we get to see a little bit of a backstory between Regina and Maleficent. I guess Regina, during her training with Rumple, like back when she was still married to the king, she was kind of impatient with her training. So she decided to go to Maleficent, which Maleficent, she could not turn into a dragon. But thanks to Regina, she was able to remember how to turn again. And it kind of sets up how Aurora goes into her sleeping curse. Yeah. But at the end of the flashbacks, Regina figures out that she doesn't need a new teacher. She just needs to learn to be patient. And the only way to take out Snow White is to destroy the thing she loves most. Because death is not good enough. And that's pretty much on the flashbacks. But Regina sort of does start to gain their trust, and Maleficent and her go and retrieve one of the clues to the author, and I'm pretty sure by now we know what that clue is. Pinocchio. Because August was the only one that remembered, that knew anything about the book besides Henry. So, yeah. So they take Pinocchio back, and also Hook asks, because of because of all this stuff happening, they think that it's Hook. Actually, Belle thinks that it's the dagger that they're looking for, but Hook says he'll hide it, and they even made an oath not to ever mention it to anyone or anyone else. And if you guessed it right, it was Rumpelstiltskin, which makes sense because she commanded him to be there. He was already there. He was just in disguise. But yeah, by the end of the episode, Regina finds out that Rumple is back, and Rumple changes Pinocchio back into August. So now they can ask the questions that they need answering of. Which, I mean, it makes sense that he would know something for the fact of that page that Henry found from the book. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode. I have to say, it was very, very cool. A little bit more backstory on Maleficent. The one thing I would like to hear is how Prince Philip got cursed and turned into that monster. I mean, unless they've said it in the past, I would like to see something on that in the flashbacks. That's probably the one thing for Maleficent I want to hear. That and a little bit more about this baby. Which I have to say, this episode's been, this part of the season, even though we're just a few episodes in, I'm starting to get interested in Maleficent. I have to say, before this half of the season started, I was kind of interested in hearing some about Cruella de Vil. don't get me wrong, I still want to hear backstory on Cruella. It's just I'm liking Maleficent more out of the three, which I guess next week's episode, future spoiler alert, we'll see a little bit of a backstory between Ursula and Hook. So I guess next week we'll be showing a little bit of flashbacks of the two of them. I mean, this could be pre-curse, or it could just be pre-curse number 2. Because there's 2 different curses. And, there was a year, so a lot can happen in a year. But all in all, I thought this was a very, very cool episode. Liking where this half of the season is going. Like I've said before, I kind of wish they could have kept the Frozen characters as season regulars throughout the entire season. But, yeah, they had to make it only half the season. I mean, if it was me, I would probably have made them for the entire season for the fact of the popularity of Frozen. And so that way people get interested in the show that much more every week. But all in all, it was very cool to see a little bit more backstory on Maleficent, even before that stuff between last week's flashback. But definitely looking forward to seeing where the rest of the rest of the remaining season goes. And also, in the past week, one thing I did find out, this is a major spoiler alert. In case you don't even want to hear this, this is pretty much going to be a spoiler for something that happens this season. Just saying. We will not see Rumple next season. Which my theory is, since Rumple's been seeming more like a villain now than someone that's neutral or someone that's trying to be good, yeah, I think he's going to die. I mean, I know he's one of those fan favorite characters. He's a character that's kind of growing on me as well. But yeah, no Rumple next season. But that's pretty much it on my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. Your thoughts, likes, dislikes about the episode. And also be on the lookout later tonight for my review for the new episode of The Walking Dead Season 5. And my name is Jimmy, and until next time, bye.